And welcome back again after a long hiatus to the Bank Shot Degens podcast with your hosts, Mr. Jacob Denenholtz, Denny, and the Shrine, Mr. Matt Schreiner, myself. Denny, god damn, it's so good to be back. It's so fucking good to be back. Tell him why, Lou.
It's a special fucking day. And I think everyone in the city of Seattle knows why it's a special day. Way too long of a hiatus. And it was just kind of like a perfect timing, type thing. It just kind of all happened and we are back. We are fucking back.
We're so fucking back, baby. Oh my God. It was, about 8 a.m. this morning? We found out the news. So. Denny was working. I was trying to text him as much as I can to get him going and be like, Denny, like, this is fucking happening. Like, this is real. For those who've not watched the pod before, I know it's been a long time, so I appreciate anybody that's here live with us. Welcome back.
We appreciate it.
Welcome back. Let's just go through an explanation of why we were gone this season so far. One, we're just extremely busy. I think that's just really the main thing. We love doing this so much. We love NBA. We love basketball. But one, Denny started coaching his own basketball team. That's how much he loves ball. Best ball nowhere I know, first off. And so he finally just finished up coaching his season of an undisclosed team, because we're not putting that on the public. But if you know Denny, you know. And I've just been living my life trying to get shit together. So, and honestly, the NBA has not been as exciting as it normally has. Also, I'm not gonna lie, the trade deadline was kind of mid.
Yep.
All-Star was really, really fucking mid, and it kind of sucks as NBA fans.
Yeah, no, we still been paying attention.
We've been watching. I just watched the Thunder lose to the Celtics
hard
tonight.
Yeah, it's just hard, to keep up with it.
Yeah.
But like I said, perfect timing. Like this, the coaching just got done. This got dropped. Like this was perfect storm.
Let's also just take a quick look over the last 2 months in the place that we live, in the city of Seattle. Okay. First off, which I don't have it, but we usually are wearing our hats. But our football team won the Super Bowl, which was fucking huge. Go Seahawks, baby. Fucking Seahawks won the Super Bowl. Absolutely wild. The beginning of the season, we were not used to October baseball. We were kind of, the season started right in the middle when we were in the playoffs and went to the American League Championship Series.
We were preoccupied
for the Mariners.
Yeah.
So since that time, a lot has passed since then. I think that's one of the last times it was recorded was back in November, I think.
Yeah.
So we're not used to that. Next thing you know, we both did not think we were going to win the Super Bowl this year. Let's be honest here. But next thing you know, we're the best team in the NFL, and we're going on this crazy run. Beat both of our divisional rivals in the playoffs to get to the road to get redemption on the Patriots. I know this is a Sonics podcast, but fucking, we're Seattle.
We're Seattle sports.
We're Seattle sports.
Yeah.
Mainly to do with these guys, the Sonics right here. But Seattle sports for sure. That was fucking amazing. Next thing you know, the Mariners signed Josh Naylor, which we were so fucking happy about because we were both like, Jerry, you better fucking do shit. And they finally did that. And they went around and traded away one of our top prospects for a reliever, which we're not so sure how we feel about yet. And then we got Brendan Donovan, a third baseman. Also gave away one of our top prospects or one of our top pitching guys. So interesting stuff's happening. We're recording this right now, and tomorrow's literally opening day for our Mariners, and we do have season tickets to the Mariners that we will be going to this weekend. We're missing opening day, but we're going Friday, Saturday. And now this news happens. This has got to be one of the greatest years so far in Seattle history. This show's not about politics, but just pertains to the whole city, the Seattle deal. We went to this massive deal in Washington State of implementing the first ever income tax that's ever happened here. The reason I bring this up, I'm not going to get too political on it, but the fact that our governor had talked with Mr. Silverman himself, Adam Silverman, about how this new tax is going to impact, bringing a new franchise here because it only affects millionaires as it pertains right now. And so that was a lot of question marks for us as fans. Like, is this just another roadblock for us to not get it? And it's been 18 fucking years, and this is the best news we've ever received yet since 2008. That's where we drafted Russell Westbrook, and you didn't get to play in the Supersonics jersey. But the best news we've heard since 2008 of that, officially, the Board of Governors voted this morning to officially pass specifically and exclusively for the city of Seattle and the city of Las Vegas to look for bids in between $7 and $10 billion for a franchise in the NBA to extend to 32 teams.
It's fucking unbelievable.
I'm still in awe.
I think we all are. Like you mentioned, this was the first time we've had like extended seasons for all of our teams. Like,
yep.
We're going in the postseason. We're going far. And then, this news today, like how many times have we heard rumors and just all the bullshit over the years? You know,
Yeah.
what at one point we were gonna get the fucking Kings, and oh yeah, Silver's gonna bring them back. And, you know,
And then earlier this year, we talked about that instead of expansion, about moving teams around.
Right.
We talked about how the Pelicans and the Grizzlies were up for debate on who was going to move. So it's just a lot of, this is the best news I've ever heard. Nothing's official. So without further ado, before we get any further to just rambling, we started this show with one track mind of getting the Seattle Supersonics back and be a platform, a media source, a voice for the average fan of Seattle to be here through this whole process. We did not, honestly, when we started this podcast, we had no idea this day was going to come in the first place. We were just hopefuls. There was no track whatsoever. This is our going 2.5 years now. And there was just no track whatsoever, traction that the Sonics are ever going to come back. And this is why we're coming back right now. We said from the beginning of this fucking podcast, the Bank Shot Degens. We call it the Bank Shot Degens for a reason, because we take a shot every fucking episode till the Seattle Supersonics are back. And we're here to let you know this is not going to be our last shot, because it is not over yet. This is the best we've ever had yet, but it's still not official. And we're about to get into more details, but let's take our first shot to the best news we've had on the road to 2028, Seattle Supersonics back in the fucking NBA, baby. Let's go.
Fucking bring it back, baby.
Without further ado, Benny, where do you want to start at with this? You want to talk more details about the process of everything going to happen? You want to talk about Seattle Supersonics history leading up to 2008? What happened? What do you want to do?
Let's go into the details first of it all.
All right, details. So this is the first process. This is the best process we've ever had. So like I said earlier, open to $7 to $10 billion is what the bid's going to go for. Luckily, Seattle, like they're already projected Seattle could be a top 8 market in the NBA. Like they could be. And let's not forget, literally a year or two ago, the Boston Celtics sold for just over $6 billion. So these two franchises are being valued over the Boston Celtics, one of the greatest franchises in sports history and definitely in the NBA, the most championships ever in the NBA. 18, I believe, right? Lakers have 17. A huge detail to this that I would like to point out about the Boston Celtics sale. One of the investors and one of the owners that was part of that sale was the Holloway Group. And that Holloway Group includes Samantha Holloway, who inherited her dad's trust in the Holloway Group. And she is the primary owner of the Seattle Kraken. But the whole point of, which we'll get into the history, when we redid Key Arena to turn into Climate Pledge Arena is today, Samantha Holloway and that group made it. So it just seems like everything's meshed so perfectly, because they built the stadium, they renovated it, they made it bigger. First off, they raised the roof higher, they went down deeper so that it's at a good capacity for both NHL games for the Kraken, when we got that first expansion team. And then they also, on top of making the Kraken locker room, already made a locker room specifically for an NBA team that's not been touched. That's not even the Storm's locker room that already play there. They have their own locker room there already. The Kraken have their own locker room there already. There's an entire NBA locker room that has not been touched yet. It is ready to go. Another big news that happened this last week, that same ownership group, Holloway, bought out the rest of Climate Pledge Arena from the city and the other minority equity owners in that. So now it's called the One Roof Foundation. So Samantha Holloway is not only primary owner of the Seattle Kraken, she now owns the stadium of which the Sonics could play in. And the whole thing about selling the Boston Celtics was, one, to get money for renovations of the Climate Pledge, but also you're not allowed to own 2 teams within the NBA. That's conflict of interest there. So Samantha Holloway has been the leading bidder for this throughout this entire deal. So we 100% expect her to be the primary bidder for this Supersonics, and they'll probably meet the $7 billion. There's going to be, I don't think she'll be by herself. We're also very fortunate enough where we live in a massive tech city. We have some billionaires here. I'm not sure. We'll see who's going to be part of the bidding. Hopefully not Howard Schultz. Just kidding. I don't even think he's here anymore.
I don't think he's allowed. Yeah. No.
I don't think he's allowed. But Samantha Holloway's leading the bid. I guarantee this. Dan, you have any idea of any other person you think would be part of the bid as well?
I've been texting with everyone today, trying to figure that out. And in the past week or so, when the news initially got announced that they were going to be voting on it today. Honestly, I have no idea. I don't know if it's going to be anyone local. Ballmer's already out of the picture.
Yep, Ballmer's out.
There's been a lot of rumors with Phil Knight being potentially with the Blazers. I have no idea what it's going to look like.
Oh, I forgot to mention this in the Seattle sports history part of it. The last 2 months, we won the Super Bowl, and immediately after, Jody Allen announced that the Seahawks were forbid. So currently there's 2 franchises up for bid in Seattle, both valued around $7 billion. And kind of important about the Jody Allen thing. Blazers are still for sale right now, aren't they?
Yeah.
So the Blazers are still for sale, which Jody Allen, also owner of the Seahawks, has bid them away. That was part of the whole deal of Paul Allen's estate. The fact that it was in his trust that she had to sell those eventually. And Paul Allen passed away in 2018 and 2019. So it's been a long time coming. She's done her due diligence. She already sold the Portland Trailblazers Stadium, Moda Center to the city of Portland. So that's already under the city of Portland. There's currently bids out. Phil Knight I feel like Phil Knight's probably going to take.
That's what I was thinking too.
Yeah. That's what. Sorry, I interrupt you there, but that's huge. So there's a lot of moving pieces. Okay, going through the process. I'm a fucking rambler. It's been a while.
This is a It's
been a while.
This is a fucking big day. Fucking big day.
Take a drink, calm down. Fucking day. So there's 3 franchises that are all for bid, 2 by the same owner, and Samantha Holloway being the main lead for the Supersonics. Also, Jeff Bezos is also technically an option for this, even though he lives in Florida now, but he still has Seattle ties. Amazon's still here. Wonder who works for them. But so that's just like a big deal within the Seattle marketplace. We have a lot of unknowns. All of these franchises are for sure going to be bought and stayed in the city. Well, I think the biggest thing is we're going to have these precedents set in stone that we cannot move these teams, all this shit. But the process is we're going to look at bids first. The only thing I'm worried about now, this is why I said we're not done taking shots, because we know basically we could have a owner, a locker room, and a whole fucking front office put together by the end of the year already for the Seattle franchise. But right now we do not have that in Vegas. Vegas would have to start completely from scratch. They'd probably play this in the Knights Arena. I think that's T-Mobile Arena. But I don't think it's built for an NBA quite yet, which they can easily do. Vegas is plenty wealthy enough to do that. I have no idea who the new owner group would be for the Vegas, but that could be a billion fucking people. A lot of billionaires would definitely have ownership in Vegas. Honestly, I could see Tom Brady being part of that ownership, maybe, because he already has ownership in Vegas.
Right.
Raiders. I don't know. But but what I was trying to say is the Vegas part's my only concerning factor, because we know we have been planning for this for 18 years, how to get this back. And I'm so happy that we like Samantha Holloway and the whole Kraken deal was instrumental to helping this get back, because without the Kraken coming here, we would not have redone Key Arena. We would not have a stadium ready for an NBA team. So Vegas is the only factor we don't know what's going to happen within the next few months. After the whole bidding process opens up now, pretty much, for who wants to put bids in for the ownership groups. And then I believe the Board of Governors votes on who they agree to their bids. And then they will pretty much announce in July and during the summer meetings if they accepted any bids and when those bids are being accepted. And then there's still a possibility. I believe the soonest, no matter what, would be 2028, 2029. If a bid was accepted this summer for both cities, that gives us the whole next season, pretty much, to just get front office and everything ready to go. And then we'll go through expansion draft. And then after expansion draft, free agency. And then the NBA draft. And that's how we acquire all the players. And we are going to be doing expansion draft here in the pod with Simon Wampold.
Shout out Silu.
Shout out Silu. I feel bad in a way because he's been suggesting we do an expansion draft for the last 2 years, and we've been wanting to do it. We just haven't sat down to do it yet. We thought about this idea so long ago, and now expansion draft's already coming out, which sucks because I thought we were going to be able to jump on it, but a little bit behind. But we're going to be doing an expansion draft for sure. So that's how it kind of looks like down the line. Denny, any questions?
No, I think it's a really exciting time. I think it's going to move pretty slowly, which is going to be annoying. I think the goal is by the end of 2026, they're going to find the top bidder. They're going to vote on it in the final vote. I think it's 23 out of the 30 teams have to approve the vote to have it fully go through. It's going to be a long process, but like you've been saying, we're fucking ready to go. I mean, Climate Pledge, I want to call it Key Arena. Climate Pledge is ready to go.
It's still Key Arena on
our hearts. That's why they have all the NBA preseason games they've been running. They had March Madness there last year, showing that it's ready to host an NBA team. It's been ready. We've been fucking ready.
Yeah.
And we've just been waiting for our time, and now's the time.
Now's the fucking time.
I did not
baby.
know that stuff about Samantha Holloway and that whole group. So that is really
She's-
interesting to know.
Yeah, her dad, I forget, it starts with a B, Bondo or something like that. Was the whole reason. I'm not even sure where they're like what company they came from or anything like that. Honestly, I don't know too much about the Holloway group. I'm about to find out a lot more. Let me tell you.
Yeah.
We'll do our due diligence before the next pod on that. Yeah, I'm so happy with how well prepared they've been. It kind of the bittersweet part is it happened to get this news right after the passing of our GOAT, Lenny Wilkens. I'm tearing up just thinking about it. We literally just had a
Just got
statue
the
unveiled
statue.
for him.
Yeah. Just had it.
Dude, I'm literally crying right now. I can't talk about Lenny. Lenny is obviously Gary Payton, Sean Kemp, probably the greatest names ever in Sonics history that people know. As you're wearing a GP, I'm wearing my Dallas Shrimp jersey. But Lenny Wilkens is probably the greatest Sonic ever for the fact of he played here, got to the champion. He didn't get to the championship as a player, but didn't win. And then he helped lead the team to their first and only championship in 1979. And just there's the old pictures of the parade. And oh my God, whew, let's pretend I didn't do that. Don't eat dinner before you pod. Anyways, it's bittersweet seeing Lenny, but again, like the last 5 to 8 years, especially with Gary Payton coming back and being a really big part of the city, Sean Kemp coming back, having his own cannabis shop here and big supporters of, and just so many
Delis Shrimp.
many Sonics
UW,
legends.
but he just got his jersey retired.
UW,
but
IT.
I mean, that's still cool too. IT is around. Nate Robb.
Nate Robb, Jamal Crawford coming back to the community, coaching his son at Rainier Beach, getting the top prospect in the entire nation of high school,
Yep.
Tyron Stokes up to Rainier Beach. And, it helps having guys like Paulo Banchero going number one in the draft, number one in the draft, DeJounte Murray out there, Zach LaVine. So many guys, so many Seattle guys just coming up. Your boy McDaniels over in fucking.
Oh, yes, sir.
Yeah.
McDaniels.
Jay McDaniels, just so many fucking ballers. And as March Madness is going on, the Sweet 16 starts tomorrow.
Yep.
We have guys all over from Seattle in the tournaments as well. We got Spokane man Dylan Darling representing St. John's University. Crazy.
Absolutely crazy.
Former Coug.
Yeah.
There's a lot of former Cougs in the tournament.
That Jalen Petty was on Texas Tech.
Petty's on Texas Tech with LaJuan Watts.
Yeah. That's also
Jalen Petty, also
pretty,
Rainier Beach guy.
Yeah, pretty crazy. That's pretty crazy.
But just the basketball scene has never wavered. Jamal Crawford, obviously he had the Pro-Am here for so many years. We had the Rain City Classic here as soon as we got Climate Pledge Arena to bump in. We didn't have it this year, but the last happened, 2-3 years in a row. Super sick getting KD here. He coming out on his intro wearing a Sean Kemp jersey. Not even his own jersey. But yeah. There's just everything just seems to be fitting so perfectly. And it doesn't seem real. It doesn't seem real. This is the best time in Seattle history. I had to say.
I do want to say all of it started with Lenny Wilkens. Lenny really did start all of it. I think he's probably one of the few people who you could probably say is one of the greatest players and coaches.
Yes.
Around. I think he might have won a gold medal as a coach. I can't remember that. Don't quote me on that, but I think he also won a gold medal. Yeah, and just to hear his speech at the unveiling of his statue, he's the first person to get a statue at Climate Pledge, and be able to have the Sonics here now really means a lot.
Yeah, he won 2 Olympic gold medals as coach with USA Basketball.
Yeah.
Assistant for the Dream Team, head coach for the team at the 1996 Atlanta.
Yep. So it really started with Lenny Wilkens, and look at the, every Seattle player too, pays their respects to Lenny Wilkens. So shout out Lenny. It's been a long time coming for this. I think we're both still in shock right now. I mean, it's not official yet, but fucking crazy, dude.
Yeah.
Fucking crazy.
Man, this is amazing stuff, man. I can't wait. On other news, as we talk about, as we get players coming, your favorite man, Kevin Durant's contract is done in Houston in 2028.
I think it sets it up perfectly. It's a picture perfect ending. So,
and Jeff Green is still an active player.
Man, let him be like Udonis Haslem, man. Just give him that vet min. Let him sit on the bench and talk up the young guys, whoever the fuck's gonna be on the team. Give him one last ride in Seattle, man.
Obviously, and then my favorite guy got drafted by the Sonics, but did not get to play for him. And he's kind of revamped his career in Sacramento, even though they're shit.
Hey, he's still getting up there. What was he? He's top 5 in assists now.
Yeah, top
Like,
5 in assists.
Yeah.
I think he passed somebody in the scoring as well.
Yeah, fuck Skip Bayless
Fuck
for that clip you
fuck
sent me.
Skip Bayless.
Like, Skip Bayless is a clown.
Skip
but,
Bayless is a clown. I don't think
um,
anybody needs. I don't think everybody needs to know that.
That'd be
Everybody
sick.
knows
That'd be
that.
sick if he came back too, though.
I would love it. Obviously,
That might be.
you can't. I feel like you
That's
can't
gonna
have
be a
KD
little bit
and
tough.
Russ.
No, it probably won't ever happen again. But
NBA's full of drama, and
Hey.
you know what? If they just buried the hatchet and went to Seattle together,
draws people. You know,
yeah,
being able to play in Seattle.
Yeah,
bring people
absolutely.
together. So we'll see.
Okay, so going to history, hot Sonics. We talked about Lenny Wilkins, 1979 championship. We talked about the greatest years ever in Supersonics history, not necessarily Seattle sports history, but the 90s. Well, the Mariners were really fucking good in the 90s. That was our highlight years. But now we're American League.
Now
we got to the American League
now
Championship
we're-
through Game 7. So
now we got higher expectations.
Now
right
we got higher
so-
expectations this year.
Yeah.
But those 90s years, you know, you had the Supersonics versus Michael Jordan in the fucking championship in 95.
To be able to see that in The Last Dance also.
To think
see
13
us,
years later that fucking franchise is going to be gone is
crazy.
it's insane.
Yeah.
So anyways, the Coach Carl left. Well, we talked about we talked about the Sonics a few times, but just how they just kind of declined and how, you know, went down from Sean Kemp to being traded. It was talking about Sean Kemp versus Gary Payton kind of deal. And then it came down to Sean Kemp being traded and his career went downhill. Gary Payton ended up in the Lakers eventually. You had your boy Ray here.
Yes, sir. Ray.
And then the whole Rashad Lewis trade kind of turned into this
Yeah, it was
massive tree that happened in the NBA where things ended up just randomly. Obviously things happened, but just anyways, going down, you know, 2007 Supersonics draft Kevin Durant. This is what is so kind of unique about this podcast, which I get a lot of shit for being a Thunder fan. And I know this is the life of me. But we have two different perspectives of Sonics fans right here. You have Denny, who's born and raised in the West Side here. Sonics fan for life. Got to go to some Sonics games when he was young. And
Yes, sir.
you have me from the other side of the state in Spokane, Washington. And I didn't really know NBA that much. I started getting into NBA because I followed Kevin Durant into the league because the Texas team was in the round of 32 and got bounced out by Texas Tech, actually, in Spokane. And I was about 6 years old at the time. And I was like, oh, that guy's really sick. And they got drafted to the Sonics. I didn't really know NBA back then. The only basketball we knew back in Spokane was Gonzaga Bulldogs. Those Zags. RIP. Shit year for March Madness. Speaking of Texas. Oh, my God. But I followed Kevin Durant into the Sonics, and I did not know everybody. Being in Spokane, and not know everybody over here hated the Thunder when they moved. I just followed KD to the Thunder, became a Thunder fan, became a huge Russell Westbrook fan. I had my ups and downs with Kevin Durant as soon as he left, but I still respect the hell out of him. I still one of my favorite players, but Russ obviously ultimately took the spot over him for me. Just two different perspectives, but through the end, we're Sonics fans to begin with, and we're Sonics fans to the end. And to answer everybody's questions now on the podcast, I will be a Supersonics fan over a Thunder fan every day, all day long. I'm not going to just like hate the Thunder like everybody else does, though, because it's kind of hard to just drop fandom of a team that's in the midst of a dynasty right now in a way. So-called. They just won the championship. I love Shea Gilgeous-Alexander. I love J-Dubs. I love Chet, another Gonzaga guy. I will still follow those guys for the rest of their careers. But when it comes down, the Thunder are in Seattle versus the Sonics, I will be rooting for the Sonics all day. I will 100% make that known. I'm a Sonics fan first. I'll follow the franchise, but I will be a Sonics fan through and through. You do not have to worry about that. I will still root for the Thunder here and there, but I'm a Sonics fan first. I'm putting that out there right now. I still might get shit for that, but I don't care. That's my official decision. Everybody's been asking me that for a long time.
You heard
but
it right
now
here.
that this news is here, this is my official statement.
It's always crazy. It's always crazy to think about the fact that we could have had, you know, it's always the what ifs, but like we had Kevin Durant and then Russ and then Harden. And look where they all are today. They're still in the league.
Top 10. They're all going to be top.
They're all dominant.
Harden's top 10 in scoring, is he?
Yeah. They're all.
KD just passed Michael Jordan for
KD
fifth
just
all
passed
time.
MJ. Yeah.
Like,
that's crazy to think.
The fact that we're, knock on wood, obviously there's still 2 years, but the fact that we could get an entire 20 years later to get Kevin Durant back to Seattle would be just amazing. He's been very vocal about it throughout his entire career. So many people ask him, "Oh, there's
He
an
fucking
expansion."
loves the city. Yeah.
Yeah, he loves
the city.
Obviously,
Yeah.
we're like when that Rain City Classic we talk about, he came out firing with his Sean Kemp jersey on. He's asked me so many times in press conferences, who deserves a team? Seattle. What are they going to be called? Sonics. No hesitation.
Go to video.
Goated.
Yeah.
And he said many times in different podcasts and interviews and everything like that he wants to be a part of Seattle history when he comes back. Other guys I could see helping out, maybe in front office stuff. Obviously, Jamal Crawford would be huge. I think he'd definitely want to be a part of that. It might be a little bit different because he wants his son JJ to get through high school and help him through that whole process. He's an assistant coach right now in high school, but Jamal Crawford could easily be part of that. He never played for the Sonics, but he grew up a Sonics fan all his life. There's that. I think I told you about that one story about how Gary Payton went up against Jamal Crawford when he was in high school. Did I tell you about that story?
I don't think so.
I can't remember everything like that, but anyways, he was like one of the top ballers in the thing, and him and GP played a little 1v1, and Jamal Crawford like balled on fucking GP.
That's crazy.
I know, but Nick Collison, one of the guys, one of my
Nick fucking Collison.
They call him Mr. Thunder, but he started his career in the Thunder.
Yes, sir. Come on.
He's the first jersey ever retired in the Thunder's arena, the only one still.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
I forget about that actually, that he got his jersey retired.
Not like a crazy statistical guy whatsoever.
Yeah.
Love Nick Collison, big Nick.
Oh shit. I didn't even realize that. That's crazy.
Yeah. So his jersey's going to stay in Oklahoma City Thunder, I guarantee. But kind of talking about the history, because technically Oklahoma City owns the Supersonics franchise rights, but I'm pretty sure, don't quote me on this, but I'm pretty sure it's written in contract in the move that if Seattle were ever returned on the history, we return to Seattle. I know all the physical banners and everything like that is still kept in Seattle. Everything that was hanging up in the Raptors for the Supersonics, all the retired numbers, everything like that, still here. So I guarantee we'll own the rights to that. And I'm pretty sure the Thunder will hand over the 1979 championship to us as well. They've not raised the banner for that whatsoever in Oklahoma City Thunder. They don't really claim it, even though it's part of their history. If you look it up on Wikipedia or whatever you want to look it up on. But I mean, I don't think the Thunder are gonna be dramatic whatsoever. I think they're just gonna give everything back to us. 2008 and before is gonna come back to Seattle. So that's huge. As we talk about how the Thunder left, it all starts with this motherfucker named Howard Schultz, who's got a name for himself here in Seattle. We call ourselves the coffee capital of the world because we have the biggest coffee fucking store ever invented here. Might have heard of it, a little place called Starbucks. Schultz was the CEO of Starbucks for a long time, and he bought the Supersonics in 2001 and the Storm for $200 million, which is, think about inflation. But he bought both of them in 2001. And then there's so many ongoing conversations about how the Key Arena needed updating. It really did. And they needed to update. They need more seating. It just wasn't good enough to like keep going. The city did not actually want to fork up any money. Weirdly enough, this is a bad era of Seattle financials in general. During the early 2000s, late 90s, they just didn't have the financial capital infrastructure within the Seattle to like publicly fund renovations to it. And not a lot of owners, not a lot of big tech billionaires in Seattle wanted to cop up money for it either. And we had big guys like Bill Gates and Paul Allen then. But Paul Allen was busy saving the Mariners, not the Mariners, but busy saving the Seahawks franchise. And he also helped save the Trailblazers at the time. So it's just a whole weird deal. And so Howard Schultz eventually put it up for bid and sold it to Clay Bennett in 2006. And Clay Bennett, as we famously know, is still the owner of the Oklahoma City Thunder. And Clay Bennett's from Oklahoma. And Howard Schultz put in the agreement that he had to try to get public funding for a new arena. Like he had to try. That was part of it. And so that was in 2006. 2 years later, did not get anything. And they officially, after the draft, 2008, they drafted Russ Westbrook. What's the third overall in the 2008 draft, and officially said we're packing up and moving to Oklahoma. And it was a horrible day for us. Here we are 12 or 18 years later, and hopefully if things go smoothly in 20 years, they'll be back. And there's been a lot of cities that have lost franchises, but I don't think any city has been as vocal as Seattle to get their fucking team back. Kansas City lost their team to Sacramento for the Royals. San Diego lost their team for the Clippers. The list goes on and on. Vancouver got moved to Memphis. Obviously, it might be different bias because we just live here and we know how vocal it is. But you can see it all over the media. Obviously, you have Kevin Durant and other people in the league that have publicly, showed their support for getting a team back in Seattle. It's just been needed for a long, long time.
You know how in college game day there's always a Coug flag? I feel like that's
Every
the same.
time.
I feel like that's the same thing with like a Sonic jersey.
You see a Sonic jersey
Like
everywhere you go.
it doesn't matter where you are in
It's
the
iconic.
country. Like you have a Sonic jersey.
Shout out Iconic Sonics.
Shout out Iconic Sonics. If you ever want to
Do a collab or something.
let us help you out. Come on. Yeah.
We're here for the same reasons.
Yeah.
Come on.
But like the craziest part is when they left. Though that year and like the years prior was like really when we remember the Sonics. Like obviously all the success in the 90s, weren't alive or we're super young. So like when I think of the Sonics success, I think of I think it was 2000. I was texting Simon this the other day. 2004 when we went to the playoffs, we beat the Kings. We had Ray Allen and Richard, and Ray had shout out Ray Lewis. Ray Allen had a 45-point game in that series to take that series, and they went on to play the Spurs and they lost to the Spurs. I think the Spurs won it all that year.
Was that their first win, the Spurs?
I think it might have been.
I think that was their first
2004.
Yeah.
Because I think 2003 was the Pistons.
Tony Parker.
Yeah, so I think
not Tony Parker, but
Timmy D and Manu and Bruce Bowen and all them. But that was the last year the Sonics did well. And then the years after that, they weren't doing well. And then all that shit was happening. You start hearing all these rumors. And then next thing you know, we got fucking cheated.
Yeah.
Fucking cheated. So yeah, to be able to just say, fuck it, forget all that. Now we have this opportunity again. When we started, like you said, when we started this podcast and we're taking shots for the Sonics, I do not think 2 years later we're gonna be sitting here talking about this right now.
No, because we've been duked a billion times.
Exactly.
Like you said, the Kings were supposed to come here.
Yeah, we were gonna get the Kings because they were shit, and then
they still are shit.
Someone get Domantas Sabonis out of there and somewhere else. But
hasn't even played this year.
He got hurt.
He
hasn't
played played maybe a couple games.
I think he played the start of the year, and then he's been hurt on and off, and then he had some season-ending injury.
Yeah.
But yeah, to be able to say fuck it, all that, and now we have this official kind of movement going forward.
Yep,
man, we're on cloud 9 right now, man.
We're on cloud 9.
Like you said, the Hawks just won. We got Mariners baseball starting tomorrow. Now we got this shit, dude. Come on,
baby.
And we got March Madness going on. We got Sweet 16 starting tomorrow.
Kind of sad. We were talking about this before we started recording. Second straight year, no mid-major teams in the Sweet 16.
Crazy.
Obviously.
What does that say about that?
NIL's fucked.
Yeah.
Have you ever listened to Coach Calipari rants about it? He's probably the biggest known coach.
Oh yeah.
There's a lot of guys that do talk out about it, but and he's actually one of the guys that's probably benefiting the most from it. You'll get Roy Acuff Jr. right now, absolute fucking baller for Arkansas.
He is upping his
killing
stock right now.
Oh, he's going to be a top 10, 15 pick.
He is
minimum.
a fucking bucket.
He's insane.
He's insane.
But it sucks. The whole point of March Madness, you call it madness because you had these Cinderella teams and you had people going runs. Charlie Dickinson, you had FAU, you had all these guys. I mean, even Villanova, Cardiac Kemba, that was a hell of a run. If they're technically mid-major.
Well, we had FGCU at one point.
FGCU. Yeah.
They were
Florida Gulf Coast.
Something about they were the Lob City or the Dunkers or some shit.
So many crazy runs. We've had, over the last 10 years, we've had 2 1 seeds being upset. One of them being Tony Bennett in the Virginia 1 seed. Which sucks, but kind of fun to watch. Yeah, it kind of sucks, March Madness. But, I mean, that's just our little bit on March Madness. My Zags got knocked out versus Texas last round, which it's obviously it's upsetting, but all us Zags fans knew this is unless we had Braden Huff, we weren't going that far at all. It sucks.
And now, who's your favorite? Who do you at least have in your bracket?
Bracket, I had Duke winning the whole thing, so I didn't have the Zags winning the whole thing. I did have Zags beating Purdue, going to Elite 8, and losing Arizona. But I have Duke winning the whole thing. I really want to see Cam Boozer get rolling. He's not been really good in the first half, and he needs to get rolling.
No, but you know who has been? Caden Boozer.
Yeah,
He's been playing.
he's been
really
the
well.
little bro. He's been balling.
He's been playing really well for him. I think it's
so
because
good.
whatever that guy's name is, Caleb Foster, whatever,
Yeah.
went out with the injury, and he's like their main guard. And so
Mhm.
now Caden Boozer's got to kind of step in and be that facilitator, and he's done really well.
Yeah,
Really well.
I really like a lot of the third seeds this year. I love Illinois.
I like that they got Andre Stojakovic
Fighting
on there.
Whites,
I love that they got
the exciting
Stojakovic on
Whites.
there. Yeah.
Yeah. No, they're awesome. The big European team out of there, Illinois, they're great. Shout out Iowa, fucking Hawkeyes, man. Oh my god.
Fuck.
There's this guy named Ryan something Hammer or something like that. He's a big college basketball guy. Does a podcast and stuff like that. He has this thing called the Chapel's Way of Excellence every year, which goes on pace of play and scoring and stuff like that. Iowa's like notoriously kind of like their football. They're just like a very slow paced team. And for some reason, it fucking worked. And they beat Florida. They beat Ruben Shinyeli, our guy.
That's
They
tough,
beat the
man.
defending champs. Another fucking former Coug in the tournament.
Yeah, was it? I think you
So
sent me
many of
that.
them.
You sent me that, right? Of
Yeah.
That tweet.
How many guys?
Of
Yeah.
How many guys we
Him,
have?
Austin Clough in Purdue, LaJuan Watson, Texas Tech. You got Dylan Darling in St. John.
God.
List goes on and on.
Shout out Aussie Rap.
Shout out Aussie Rap. Oh
I
my
forget
God.
what game it was.
It was versus Michigan.
Dude,
Oh my
He
God.
had
they
a
beat
crazy.
Michigan, didn't
I think they won that game, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. He had a
they? And
crazy.
they lost in the championship to.
Yeah.
Who did they lose to? I forget. Anyways, Iowa State, I think. Yeah.
Yeah.
Iowa State won the Big Ten. No. Iowa State is Big 12. Anyways, shout out to Aussie Rap though. Awesome Rap. Our buddy Ryan Rapp's little bro, who was
He was knocking down.
He's
threes, bro. He was crazy.
He's WCC Freshman of the Year last year in Portland. Transferred to Wisconsin. Hit 12 threes, 6 in a row to beat Michigan in the Big Ten tournament. And then was nowhere to be found. The big dance. We still love you, Ozzy. You're only a sophomore, so you
Which is crazy. Yeah.
You got time.
Crazy.
I want to. Yeah, I definitely want to see this Wisconsin team back next
Definitely gonna be
year.
in the lab. Yeah.
If you don't transfer, but yeah. Shout out to Aussie Rap. Shout out to Purdue's killing it. Arizona's killing it. I really don't want to see Arizona win.
Yeah, I know you don't want them. That's why I have in my
Non-Arizona
bracket.
fan.
Yeah, that's why I got in my
A lot of people
bracket.
do, which I get it. They're a really good team.
Yeah.
They probably should be the favorite in this tournament. Shout out to fucking Coach Sampson, Coug head coach.
Always
Killing
love
it for-
Coach Sampson.
I think he has the most tournament wins without winning a championship. Or something like that. Something crazy like that.
I feel like they're always a one or a two, and then just
Love Houston.
yeah. Kingston
Love
Fleming's
Houston.
is a dog,
Yeah.
so I'm hoping they can do something.
Mm-hmm. Texas Tech's missing their best player, Toppin.
That's right. Yep.
But they're still doing well. Did they lose? I can't remember. I don't remember. I'll have to look back at-
Can't remember.
No, we can rant about March Madness, but yeah, March Madness is gonna be fun. It's still exciting, even though there's no mid-major teams. Like it's like I feel like everybody in this tournament could win right now. That's in the Sweet 16. Like I don't think it's so favored to the 1 seeds or 2 seeds or 3 seeds. I think a 3 seed can win this. I think if Iowa continues doing what they're doing, I think Iowa could win as an 8 seed. Like that's how crazy I think this is. Texas, they're an 8 seed, right? No, they're 11 seed. Texas is 11 seed, and I think
That's
they can
right
win.
because they were in the first four.
Yeah, they're in their first 4, and they beat out
I wouldn't be able to tell you.
not Miami, Ohio. No, somebody else.
I wouldn't be able to tell you.
And then they beat BYU and they beat Gonzaga to get to the Sweet 16. Now they're playing against Purdue with Braden Smith, who's like a 5th year,
Who's
6
feel like
years.
the guy?
He's been there for a long time.
in college for like 10 years.
And
now at
Oscar
this point.
Clough. Talk about Oscar Clough's fucking
Ozzy.
oi. Talk about his fucking road from Wazoo to North Dakota State. He went to the tournament last year at North Dakota State, and then to Purdue. Like that's crazy.
That's crazy.
Crazy roads, man.
Crazy. All started the same spot, by the way.
All started at the same spot.
Started the same spot.
Yeah, that's all we got for that. You want to do a quick NBA chat? Kind of just
Yes. Yeah. Where do you want? I don't even know. Where like
just look at this.
we got what 8 or 9 games left in the season.
Yeah, we're getting down to it.
You look at the standings.
Look at the standings. It sucks. We don't. Pistons are still top spot in the East,
That's
even though they lost Cade Cunningham.
Yeah.
It's tough.
That's going to be a tough loss for them. I don't know. That's gonna be a tough loss.
Yeah,
That's gonna
but
be
they're
a tough
still
loss.
still going. What's his name? Fucking. They played today. Who did they play today? Pistons. No, the Hawks. Oh, they lost the Hawks in OT today. Damn.
Speaking of the Hawks, they've been playing some really good basketball.
10 games behind the Pistons.
Yeah, they've been playing some really good basketball. We talk about Jalen Johnson. Has found himself a new home in Atlanta. He has been fucking killing it. DJ McCollum.
Oh, I forgot.
It doesn't matter where this guy goes. I think he had 30 tonight.
He's a walking bucket.
He's a walking bucket. So
he did have 27.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
He's another exciting team.
The guy I was wanting to talk about for the Pistons who's been stepping up with Cade's absence is Dennis Jenkins.
Denoris Jenkins or Dennis Jenkins, whatever the fuck his name is. Yeah.
Been balling. He played 45 minutes tonight, only 19 points. But he's been on a tear for them lately. Yeah, Hawks. East is getting a little more competitive than normal. Cavs are 14-4 since James Harden joined the team. They're looking really good. They could easily win this East. Celtics, they got Jason Tatum back. He's still finding his step. He's
just crazy, by the way. What was it, 10 months?
We joked about it.
I think we did joke about it.
We did joke about it multiple times, but
wasn't he with Stephen A. Smith at the beginning of the season? He was like, yeah, I'm going to be back.
And we were like,
yeah, right. We're like, yeah, fucking right.
And he did. He
got hurt in the playoffs, and look, he's now back.
He had a good night tonight against the Thunder, but he was kind of struggling before that. But everybody's like worried about Jason Tatum. Like, is Jason Tatum going to be good in the playoffs? Like, bro, he's only like 8 or 9 games since he returned from a fucking ruptured Achilles. And first of all, he fast-tracked somehow. Don't know what fucking drugs he took to get here.
Yeah.
But yeah, he had a really good game.
Yeah, I hear all this talk about how it's going to ruin the dynamic of the offense and how it's been running. But in reality, like
19 points for him tonight.
When you look back at when they won the finals, didn't he have in their last game, didn't he have a horrible shooting night, but he had like 10 or 12 assists? So he has that mentality. He knows that the ball doesn't need to be in his hands or he can facilitate.
You got Jaylen Brown stepping up, 31 points tonight.
Jaylen Brown's been playing fucking amazing.
What I was talking about his free throws, 14 free throws tonight. He's leaned into I'll make fun of him myself. He's leaning to the Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, the James Harden, the whole Luka Doncic. He's leaning into it. He's stopped. Everybody complains about all these guys are foul baiting everything like that to get in the line, but those guys are winning games. So we could have a whole other discussion maybe on the next pod or something like that about the whole new era of getting to the free throw line in the NBA, which it's always been a thing, but it's just been more exaggerated lately. I feel like the last couple of years, and some of it I respect. Some of it is annoying, and it goes on both sides. Even with Shai, I understand Shai draws fouls like crazy, but like it's an art. I'll give that to like even Jaylen Brown, to Luka Doncic. It's an art. It's hard to do, and it's really selling. It's the whole thing, but we can get into that in another podcast. Going to the Western Conference, Thunder still top of the West, but getting right behind them with a 7-game win streak. The Spurs, man, and
they are unreal.
I want to hear your thoughts because Wemby kind of went on a little speech on the post conference. People are talking about Wemby being MVP. Do you think he has enough to take Shai Gilgeous-Alexander for MVP this year?
I think he's DPOY, but I don't think he's MVP this year.
That's my opinion too, but I'm biased.
I mean, it's a really, really, really good race between those two, but Shai just broke that record this season.
And it's still going.
He had 30. I mean, they lost tonight, but he had 33. I mean, they're still the best team in the West. They did this all without Jalen Williams for most of the season. He's still been kind of on and off. There's just no denying it. I forget what game it was. Didn't he hit like some game-winning 3 in some game? And then everyone was like, that was it. Everyone was like,
Nuggets.
that was it. Yeah.
He was on like a
5-game
streak of clutch of like the last clutch. Like within the last minute or something like that of the games.
Yeah.
He was on fire.
I mean, but credit to Wemby. Wemby is going to be one of the best players in this league for a really, really, really long time. This whole Spurs team is playing really well around him.
Shai's played 60 games this season. Wemby's played 57. Not that big a deal.
Yeah.
I mean, when you're talking about the whole fucking 65-game thing, which
sucks now because Cade is not going to be able to get an All-NBA team.
That's a discussion.
Which is ridiculous. That's a discussion for another pod also.
But
that's ridiculous.
The NBPA, the National...
They came out
saying they want a fucking change.
Yeah.
And I agree.
I agree also.
There's a fine line. I liked it at first. But the problem was the NBA did this so they could try to eliminate the whole load management stuff, but it hasn't fixed that problem whatsoever.
No,
And
not at all.
It hasn't.
Not at all.
But I do agree to some extent that, some guys should be favored on awards when they played more games, because it does inflate stats when they play less games. So what that number is, I think 65, obviously we've seen, is a little too high right now. But I'd say we only, in my opinion, straight out the bat, not knowing, looking at stats or anything like that, I think that the minimum game threshold should be around 60-ish. And that should be only for like awards, but not all NBA and stuff like that. The all NBA, I think, should not have a minimum game threshold. Obviously, if you only play 20 games this season, you shouldn't make that. But I think the voters can make that decision on their own. But yeah, I think guys like Cade, I think guys like, not necessarily J-Dubs, but guys who miss a lot of time should still be eligible for All-NBA. It's also because their contracts rely on some of this stuff. It matters quite a bit. Like the Thunder are saving like $20 million this year with J-Dubs not making anything. It's good for the Thunder, but like J-Dubs, like obviously, like I said, J-Dubs doesn't deserve anything this year. He's missed 40-something games. It's crazy. So he will only play 20-something games, maybe by the end of the season if he stays healthy for the rest of the season. Yeah, it's maybe my opinion go down to 60 games. That's just for the big awards like MVP, Depoy, and Sixth Man of the Year, stuff like that. But all NBA teams, I don't think there should be a threshold. What are your thoughts?
I agree. I agree on that.
Because you could get a season where like this season, for example, Shea and Luka played the same amount of games, but let's say Luka plays 10 less games and still is averaging the most points in the NBA, and Shea just did that, averaging 3 or 4 points less, and Luka gets the MVP. It's like, that's not fair, right?
Yeah,
like Shea's more consistent, but that's just an example. That hasn't happened yet. But
I just want to say also, I said SGA, but I'm not discrediting Wemby. Because what he is doing is fucking insane. The whole Spurs
3 blocks
team,
a game.
Yeah.
11.2 rebounds a game.
Yeah, like
24.3 points per game. He's good.
Like he's going to be one of the best players in this league. He's already, yeah.
But also, again, going to the Shake argument, he's shooting 55% from the fucking field this year. Only people to do that as a guard, Michael Jordan, and as a true shooting, Steph Curry.
Yeah.
He's meeting Steph Curry numbers without shooting the three. He's having like a better season than Steph was statistically when he won unanimous MVP. And he's doing that without shooting the three very much. He's 38% from 3-point right now, which is one of his best in his career. But he doesn't take that many 3-point attempts at all. So it's just kind of like a crazy new era of the guard, first of all, because the 3-point era was so huge for so long. It hasn't left. 3-point is still like important in the NBA for sure. But Shea himself is proving you can score without doing that. So,
talking about guards, shout out to the guards on the Spurs also. Those guys are set. They got Wemby, Steph Castle, Dylan Harper.
D Fox.
And they got fucking De'Aaron Fox, bro. This is great. Spurs are going to be fine.
Yeah.
It's going to be a really good Western Conference playoffs. I'll say that.
Absolutely. Other teams in the West, Lakers, 3rd seed. They were on a crazy win streak for a while, and then they lost earlier this week.
Yeah, Luka's going fucking insane.
Luka's going insane.
He's going fucking
insane. He had a 60-point game last week, I believe.
Yeah. 40, 50.
Just when we thought the MVP race was like far and away Shea.
I know. He was kind of like.
Things started tightening up. Wemby and Luka hurt. Yeah. Which is kind of wild. Right now it's Shea, Luka, or Wemby. Funny thing is, Nikola Jokic is outside that race right now, which is weird because it's been Shea and Nikola the last 3 years.
Right.
So it's been interesting. Rockets kind of on a downslide lately. You want to talk about your Rockets?
I can go on a bigger rant on another pod, but I'll go on a bigger rant in a later pod. But all I got to say is that shout out Kevin Durant for what he's doing this season. I feel like he's
50-90 club.
Yeah, breaking records, field goals made, points, whatever
Insane.
it is. So you can't deny what he's doing. But they had fucking Fred VanVleet, man. They had a fucking point guard. Reed Shepard's doing amazing, but Ime doesn't play him. Amen cannot do it. Bring in Reed Shepard. Start Reed Shepard. Fuck. That's all I'm going to say for now, and then I'll rant about it on a different pod because I'm going to get mad.
Yeah, now that we're back, we have so many ideas we want to do.
I know.
We'll talk about, obviously, NBA playoffs coming up. We'll talk about draft. This is a huge draft coming up.
We should talk about what Silverman's been saying about the tanking stuff, too.
Yeah, that's been huge.
If he's going to do anything or what it's going to look like.
I don't know if anything's going to happen this season.
I don't think it'll happen this season,
this offseason at least,
or this going to the next year. I don't think it'll happen, but it
there's been
sounds like he's had enough. Yeah, so I'm curious to see what he's going to say.
His head's on the chopping block. Everybody's coming for him.
Yeah,
that's why.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know what the solution is personally. There's been some really cool ideas from different media people out there. The one I liked the most was like, once you're mathematically eliminated from the playoffs, like you can start earning points for a lottery position kind of deal. I forget exactly what that tactic was, but like pretty much the moment you're mathematically eliminated from the playoffs, after that moment, you can start gaining points for the draft lottery based off of like winning games and stuff like that. So I thought it was an interesting point. If you want my honest opinion, get rid of the fucking play-in. I think it was a stupid idea to begin with, and I think it's stupid.
Yeah.
Simple as that. For the play-in, I don't think a lot of people care about the play-in anyways. No play-in team has really gotten that far in the playoffs, have they?
No.
I think the Lakers did maybe, but maybe.
Was the play-in still a thing when
in the bubble?
When the Heat went?
I think it was after.
Or were the Heat just an 8 seed and then they
were just an 8. Oh.
Made it to the finals?
I don't know. We can look at that another time.
Yeah,
something needs to happen with tanking. I don't know. And it's like right now the Kings are last in the West. They're probably going to be a top pick, and the Jazz been kind of like tanking so the Thunder can get their pick kind of deal.
Yeah,
which has been interesting. Sucks for the Thunder, but obviously nobody's going to sympathize for that. I understand, but yeah, it's been weird. I don't know. I don't have a solution on the top of my head. I like that point system idea, but that's just very kind of out there. And I feel like that's just like a hard thing to implement right away. That's just, you're just altering the game way too much at some point, you know? So we got to think of natural ways. We can do that in another podcast as well.
I just looked kind of mock draft stuff, and we're definitely this is an insane draft class.
Insane.
This is actually an insane draft
Obviously,
class.
you have top 3 Darren Peterson, Jedi Bansa, Cam Boozer. A lot of people are saying Dibansa's draft stock has gone down, especially after like late in the season. He stopped playing in the later end of the games for Kansas because he wanted to stay healthy for NBA, which is cool and all, but like no one gives a shit.
Is Chinyelu going to go to the draft this year?
He has to, right?
Is he a senior?
He was on our team like what, 4 years ago? He has to be.
Let me go look.
Yeah,
I think I just saw him in a mock draft.
I feel like he has to go.
Yeah, probably right.
But yeah, those guys. You'll find definitely some big names from this March Madness as well coming up.
Yep.
It'll be
a lot in store. But hey, we're back. We're fucking back.
We're back.
We're fucking back.
We did not really plan this episode whatsoever, if you can't tell. So a lot of ranting and shit. So I might just upload this as is, without editing. Maybe. I don't know.
This is what we needed to this is what we needed to get back into it.
Yeah, I don't know
the
if
announcement
I have the time
today.
to edit this anyways. So might just,
as always, if anyone wants to help with editing,
please
advertising, anything, fucking please.
out.
We will pay you. I don't know if I've ever said that before. We will pay you. Not just in favors. Yeah, we'll pay you.
Yeah,
I'm begging you.
We will. The biggest thing is now that the Sonics thing is coming real. I know it seems kind of fake because we took a little bit of time off, but that's just kind of personal reasons, not because.
Yeah. No, we had just so much fucking shit going on. Yeah.
And so, as this NBA expansion process happens, we are going to try to be as involved as we can. So, as talking about media people, we would love to add to our team here, the Big Shot DJs. Right now, it's just me and Denny. We've had some help with Litso in the past and a few other friends that just didn't fall through. But honestly, we want this to be a professional podcast. We want, maybe this is the long goal, but big aspirations. Maybe we can become a media personality for the Supersonics when they return in 2 years. So we want to build this empire up much as we can. It might be a long shot, but if not, we're still having fun with this no matter what. So
exactly.
Everybody else, start saving money for your Supersonics tickets. 2028, 29. We're going to get that happening. There's not a chance you will see us for sure at the first fucking game in Climate Pledge Arena.
Yes, sir.
Of the One Roof Foundation.
Yes, sir.
In Seattle, Washington. In the Lower Queen Anne District.
We'll fucking be there.
Anything
else to sign off with, Lou?
It's real, Lou.
It's real. Yeah. We're here talking about it. It's real.
Shedding tears about Lenny, and it's a long process. I know it's different because I've only lived in Seattle for the last 4 years. But I mean, I've been watching my whole life, so it's finally kicking in. So it feels good.
It's gonna take some time, but we'll get there. We'll be there.
We'll be there. Keep looking at our Instagram,
Yes, sir.
Twitter, YouTube. We're going to post this to YouTube. We're going to be doing our almost every episode live streaming now. I'll be better about announcing that stuff. We kind of just go with the flow.
Yeah.
Please join, take a listen, follow us. Big Shot Degens, Instagram, Twitter. I said all that already.
I remind them.
The bank is closed.
Until next time.